for something very simple, a citation for tinted windows, and then took off. This pursuit has now been going on for over an hour. That started over at the 210 and Fruit Street, and now has made its way to where the car is registered in Arleta, and then also into Pacoima as well. It's now just one person in that car, and still turning around in this neighborhood, possibly that he obviously knows quite well, as he's going in and out of alleys and streets, and blowing stop signs and four-ways, and also getting onto the main streets and blowing, I know, unbelievable, and blowing these stop lights as well, with no regard for anybody. You see people that are coming out of their houses to try and take a look at this and see what's going on in their neighborhood. It's simply just not safe to do so at this point. If you are watching this on TV, if you do hear those police cruisers, those CHP cruisers going by, just stay inside your home, keep your kids inside. You just don't know what is in the mind of someone that is in this situation right now, and why they are running. At one point, we understand there were things that were being thrown out the window, possible evidence that they could also collect along the way and use it later on. But here he is again, going through another small street in this residential neighborhood, and it's just, it looks like an alley, actually. And he's come to a stop.
He's bailing out. This is just north of Brantford and east of Arleta, into the neighborhoods here, running through the backyards, and we're going to try to get Sky 5 in position. But he knows the area, so he's bailing out, and he's going to use as much cover as he can. And Ken Ward's going to watch this area, but yeah, he's
Tilt
using
down
the
a little
cover
bit, Tim.
for trees.
Tilt down. He jumped over the second wall there.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, see there, and then he jumped a wall. The suspect, the driver of that car, jumped the wall, and now we're trying to see where exactly he is, trying to hide through this neighborhood and trying to just find some cover away from the CHP officers that have been on this pursuit.
Tim, it looked like he jumped the first wall that's right there on the front bumper of his truck, and then ran through the yard and scaled a second wall, and at that point we lost him. But obviously CHP is right on it at this point, and you believe you might see him beneath that awning in that backyard?
Yeah, that right there, if we push in real tight there on that awning right to the right, that's where I last saw him, go underneath that awning.
The lone suspect, after dropping 2 passengers off, ran into this alley, ran out of room there at that dead end, bailed out of the vehicle, and ran into this neighborhood very near Osborne and Laurel Canyon, to be exact, right at Melvin and Sunburst. Right now, LAPD, California Highway Patrol, setting up.
There are officers all in this area. There was a couple on that major street. You see them right there in that elbow, and they're talking about we hear them saying that these by a pool. But we clearly saw him run past that pool and work his way into this tree right here. At one point, I did see some shadows moving, so I thought maybe he had run on, maybe in that area right there. Again, it appears that he has not moved from that area. Again, many telltale signs is you'll see dogs running in this area, or you'll see somebody in the backyard. So we've been kind of keeping a wide shot here, looking, but I have not seen him come anywhere from the last we saw in that tree-lined area, that big tree right there, and that is where 4 properties seem to come together. That's where 4 walls meet. So it makes you kind of think that maybe he's hiding out in that area. Maybe if he feels comfortable there. But again, you're right. They are. If it doesn't happen right away, you know that LAPD is going to get involved. They're going to try to lock this down. There's only a couple of officers out here from CHP, and again, one of them is with the vehicle, and the other couple are over here on this residential street. And again, you can see a lot of people coming out of their homes. You see these officers walking around. Obviously, they're going to try to make their way into these backyards. Again, it's going to be very curious to see what's going on. Again, I saw some movement right in that area. That's the reason why I made that quick zoom. You know, those dogs, they're gonna rat that guy out. If you know, anybody who has a dog that lives in a backyard, you know, any kind of activity back there, that dog's gonna get up and start barking. And so that's kind of what we're looking at. But again, I could almost guarantee you he has not made his way from at least one of these 2 backyards right here, as we have not seen him make any kind of move, and we hadn't seen him double back. So again, he's going to be right here
to see if they get someone in custody here. But right now, it looks like officers making an entrance into that garage there. And it's quite possible that the suspect is in that garage based on signals that they're getting from their canines. So we'll keep an eye on this. But again, right now, a suspect wanted initially just for a simple traffic violation, window tinting, oddly enough, ended up leading to a pursuit that went for quite some distance and has made its way all the way here to Pacoima, where they are now searching for the suspect.
We continue to follow breaking news. A high-speed 70-minute pursuit from San Bernardino to the San Fernando Valley. 3 suspects in all. 2 of them jumped out mid-pursuit. They're in custody. The driver jumped out of that truck, scaled a wall, and is in a standoff with the CHP now in this Pacoima neighborhood.
Well, they've had a real tough search here in this neighborhood, having a hard time with the neighbors in the neighborhood, but they've collected 3 suspects here possibly involved in this. One with a backpack. We did see one suspect bail out of the car with a backpack on. That's the one on the right there. But right now, they're just detaining these suspects for investigation, for a field show-up by the officers who were in pursuit. But the area is completely locked down still at CHP, LAPD, doing a yard-to-yard search here with canines trying to locate the remaining suspects. But right now, they're detaining 3 for investigation, and we'll keep overhead and bring you the latest as it becomes available.